everyone. It is Numerologist Glynis McCants doing a live event on YouTube. And I'm doing that because I'd like to have the YouTube channel grow, and then I'll start giving you all kinds of fun topics and numerology that you can study, okay? All right, so what's funny, the minute we start, I sneeze. And I already took my allergy pill, but it doesn't matter. I'm in California and everything's blooming. So say hello. Janine, Maria, Rebecca. Start joining in, guys, so we can start talking, okay? I'll give you a couple minutes, and I'm also wondering, is Vanessa here? I don't see her. Let's find out. Vanessa is the gal who works with me. Actually, more than that. Why, you could even say we're related, but I don't see her yet, and she was supposed to join me. Hi, Nina. That's so funny. That is something Vanessa would say. So, hey, girl. Hey, what did she say? Awesome. But so is she going to be in the chat room with us? I'm asking now if Vanessa will be joining us in this chat room. She's supposed to. So again, I want to give her a moment. You're watching Glynis McCants. Glynis Has Your Number is my company name. It's also the first book that I wrote. And I have to tell you, I did a show with the wonderful George Norrie on Coast to Coast last week, and Amazon did something real special where they made the ebook version incredibly inexpensive, $2.99. So I've told everyone to take advantage of that. If you already have the book, Glynis Has Your Number, you really can't beat having it as an easy referral on your phone, right? So consider taking advantage of that. If you don't know about it, here's what's great about my work. I have designed everything for ease of use. I have simplified the science of numbers. If you research numerology out there, you're going to find other people do things a little differently than I do. Hence the reason I named the book Glynis Has Your Number, because it was after 13 years of study and seeing patterns that I didn't see in other books that I put in that book. And then Love by the Numbers. It's just a book that teaches you about love relationships. You know, if you're single, how do you get it right from the start? Pick the right person. And if you're already in a relationship, maybe a marriage, how do you understand your partner better so that you can coexist with them, you know, without wanting to hurt them, right? Because when there's a breakdown in communication, it can be overwhelming, especially in a marriage. And I think because of what we went through in 2020 with the pandemic, it really challenged all relationships. And I know many couples that didn't make it. You know, they broke up. And then I have other couples that had broken up and they got back together and they're doing better. So it's really interesting when we come up against a channel that is a challenge to us, okay? It depends, you know, how do you handle that? And that's one of the things I'm going to cover right now when I talk about hot topics. Hot topic to me would be what's coming up, right? Hi, Kelly. Hi, Sandra and Rebecca. What I would tell you is when we come against our month, like we deal with month energy, we deal with personal day energy, we deal with personal year energy, all of that impacts you. You know, when I get emails from people telling me what they're going through, of course, I want to look at all of that to see what's going on, what cycle are they in, what's causing them so much grief. Or if their life's going really well, I like to see, I'll take a look and go, okay, I can see that. You know, I can see why things have finally turned around for them. So that's what I teach, and that's what numerology is about. Today we will be doing some of your questions. My sweet Vanessa just complimented my sparkly look. Thank you, Banny Sue. That's her nickname. You guys can call her Banny Sue. She loves it. And hi to Donna and Pauline. And I don't know what is Fidash a first name? Hi, Fidash, if it is. Like I said, I've noticed names. There's just such a variety. It's pretty remarkable. But then you think there's billions of people on the planet. You're bound to come across names you don't know. Even my name, Glynis, is unique. A lot of people, when they meet me, they're like, wow, you're the first Glynis I've ever met. And I also find people with my name start following me on Facebook, and I can only assume they're doing it because they're like, oh my gosh, her name's Glynis, right? Okay, so let's talk about what's coming up. Here we are at the end of April. I'm going to talk briefly about what's in store for this month of May that's coming right up, because I think you really need to pay attention to it. And then, like I said, when you submit your date of birth and your quick question, if it's a numerology question, that'd be great. You know, something that I could clarify for you would be fine with me. Otherwise, it could just be about what's happening with you. But try to give me a specific thing that you're asking, okay? That's the best way to do it. So month of May. May is a 5 energy. But remember, the world number, 2021, is also 5 energy. So 2 plus 0, 2 plus 1 is 5, and the month of 5. Now, some people in numerology will take that month and the year and add it together. So 5 plus 5 is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1, and they'll say you're in a personal, the world number is a personal world number 1. I don't do that. I really do like to embrace the world number, and I like to embrace the actual month. Why? Look at this past month. If you get my newsletter, I wrote all about it. I was very concerned that we were in a world number 5 in a month of 4 because of the conflict between those two energies. And if you just assess all the stuff that's gone on this month, this has not been just an easy month, you know, just flowing freely. No, you've seen plenty of drama. You've heard defensiveness and the unwillingness of people to kind of work together, which is, by the way, where we have to get in this country, not just our country, the United States, but the whole world. You know, what do they say? One planet, one people, please. It's true. We're all in this together. So I knew there'd be a lot of challenges in this month of April. But as we head into this month of May, and we're dealing with 5 energy, the first thought I have is you better write down what you hope to accomplish. Just write it all down or you will not get it done. It is going to move very quickly. Now, maybe you have a trip you're going to take. That's fine. I like the idea of taking a trip in that 5 energy, but what it means is pack early, make your list to make sure you have everything, because there's an outstanding chance you left something behind that's incredibly important. Especially if you're going to go to the airport. It's like leaving your cell phone on the chair as you board the plane. Whatever it may be, it's about details. It's about paying attention to everything that's going on out there. That's going to make a huge difference. When the energy doubles itself, it does mean the positive is celebration of life, having fun. The shadow, defensiveness, trauma, something unexpected. So what I always suggest when you're in that kind of cycle, you got to calm it down. How do you do that? You can do yoga. You can do meditation. The other big thing, and I stand by this 150%, kindness. Kindness is the most important thing we have to offer. I don't care who you are, what you've accomplished, how much money you make, where you live. It doesn't matter. If you can't show kindness to other people, it's a deficit. And if you're somebody right now where you're like, everybody I meet is just so mean, like they're just so rude to me, I'm always up against it. I promise you that has a lot to do with your state of mind and your belief system. And it's why I created the Affirmations to Attract More Kindness CD. I did it because I know what it's like. I know what it's like to feel frustrated and, you know, kind of go down the rabbit hole of being treated a certain way. And suddenly you're angry and hurt by so many people. Well, you have to stop and say, well, what's the energy that's involved with all of these stories? And the answer is you. You are. So you got to change the way you think to get a better result. The good news is, with the Affirmations to Attract More Kindness, type love numbers in the promo code and you will get a discount on my website, numberslady.com. Again, Affirmations to Attract More Kindness into your life. If you feel like you're lacking it, it's not happening, then I know it's going to work. I mean, the letters I'm getting from people who use it, it's just so heartening to see the shift that's happened in their life. And I've also had people meet decent relationships for the first time, friendships as well as love. So kindness, just think of that word. I wonder, I'm going to do this in real time because I really haven't. I never break down the number kindness, but why not? Or the letter. Let's see. Let's see. Kindness. 5, 4. 1, 1. 5 above. 9. Isn't that, oh, okay, now how perfect is that? I'm going to double check before I say. 2, 7, 2, 7. Yeah. So you ready for this? Remember I said we're going in the cycle of 5, 5? Do you know that kindness breaks down to 595? It absolutely is double 5 energy. No wonder I feel so called to it. So how do I feel kindness connects with 5? It's the one who goes out of their way. Like, let's say it's your birthday and they give you the most perfect gift, something you really wanted, and you're shocked they remembered. That's the kind of energy for 5. But also parties. When I say 5 celebrate life, and I always say if I have an event, half the room is going to be a 5 life path because they're the ones who want to have fun. They want to do something different. They get bored so easily. So kindness means never a dull moment. You know, when you go out in the world and you deal with people and you see a sad face, you're like, hi, or what a darling dress, or wow, you look really good. Whatever it may be, those little drops of kindness make the world a better place. But it is 595. So that's like saying it's proactive, right? It's movement. It's making the effort. It doesn't just happen. I love that. We discovered that today together. All right. So avoid that drama for the double 5. Have fun, but yes, be prepared for plenty of drama happening. Like, sure, pay attention to the world stage. Watch what happens politically. You're going to see a lot. When this energy happens and doubles up, it'll feel like 1 month was actually 2 months. But this is my promise. Never a dull moment. It's not going to be boring. And that's good, isn't it? I don't want boring. All right. Let's see. We got Kim saying sweet things to me. Kim, she says, you're beautiful as you are. Let's see, inside as you are outside. And I say thank you for that compliment. Let's go ahead and start doing some numerology quick reads for people asking a question. All right. And I'm going to scroll down. What do I need? Again, first name, full date of birth, and that quick question. Now, Rebecca Hughes, you wrote, I love your book. And I appreciate that, but I have more than one book. So I always like to hear, I love your book, Glynis has your number, or I love your book, love of the numbers. And then I'd also say, Rebecca, those books are standalone books. So if you only have one of my books, definitely pick up the other, you know, because that just broadens your knowledge base of understanding numerology, and it's extremely helpful to you. But yeah, by all means, tell me which one you love. Okay? All right. Somebody asked about wondering, like, what numbers they get. This gal says, I didn't get your newsletter this month. Well, Rita, you can know that it was sent out. And you can shoot an email to glynis@numberslady.com and say, could you please send me a copy of the newsletter? And we will do that for you because you are a newsletter subscriber. If you're not a newsletter subscriber, I suggest you sign up. It is free. It's at numberslady.com, and it literally, you can just scroll down the page, it says sign up for the newsletter and do so. What do I do in the newsletter? I tell you what's in store for each month and also give advice. Like I do some counseling in there. It's a wonderful newsletter. Had people read it now for 18 years. My goodness, right? So you're coming into something that's already good. We don't have to wonder, is that newsletter worth my time? It is. All right. Yay, there she goes. Someone said I have both books. Was that Rebecca? Nope, it was Pauline. Good. I'm glad you do, Pauline. I'm happy to say a lot of people do, and that's wonderful. But again, if you don't have the ebook, Glynis Has Your Number is only $2.99 on Amazon. Take advantage of that. Okay. Okay, now we have a gal named Sandy B, and she says, and I could, we'll try this for a second to see how it goes. See, Sandy, she says March 9th, 1964 is her birthday, and that makes she was born on she was born on a 9-day, 3, 4, 5. She's a 5 life path. We've been talking about that 5 energy. She has a 3 attitude. And she says, I'm financially struggling. Will it get better soon? Well, you're going to have to be proactive, Sandy, to make it better. You know, that's something that's on you. You happen to be in a personal year of 8, which is great. Because when you're in a personal year of 8, you have the ability to shift the financial side of your life. How do I suggest it? Of course, I say affirmations to attract more prosperity, doing affirmations to make it happen. And then I personally do them daily. I do it first thing in the morning to get good results. But that's my suggestion. Let me think, which one would I give you? One that I have offered you as a group. Well, I like this one. My financial opportunities are boundless, and the universe supports me completely. My financial opportunities are boundless, and the universe supports me completely. My financial opportunities are boundless, and the universe supports me completely. That is a wonderful affirmation. Do it for 15 minutes a day. You definitely should do it because it's going to be good for you since you're in a cycle of 8. My other thing about the 8, keep an eye on your health. How's it going? How do you feel? How are you feeling physically? What are you eating these days? Are you drinking? Are you doing anything that's a substance? It's not uncommon for a 5 to escape into something because they're not happy, They're not happy, so they're just shoving down the emotion. But what I also find is the 5's always so aware, so awake. So make some healthy choices for you in this personal year of 8, and you'll feel much better. Okay? Thanks for your question. And if you do that daily for 15 minutes a day, I want to hear from you by the end of the year to tell me the shift that took place. Okay? Right on, Kim. My financial opportunities are boundless, and the universe supports me completely. And remember, it's 15 minutes a day out loud. Okay, what's this? Well, I'm going to click show so we can see it together. Patty C, she says she was born 11/14/1955. She says, I may have an opportunity to move soon. Good idea or no? Okay. So she's born on a 5-day, 7, 8, 7. She's a 7 life path. She has a 7 attitude, which puts her in a personal year of 3. Okay. What I'd say about the personal year of 3, it's a good cycle for you. Like, it's a good cycle to move if you want to. So I'm not worried about that. But my question is, Patty, how many times have you moved? Are you one of those people who you're, in a location for a little while and then you're like, oh, I'm so restless, I'm so bored, get me out of here? Or have you been somewhere a really long time and now you're ready to move? Now, what would I also suggest with your numerology? You got to get where it's beautiful. Like what this back shot behind me, that's your neck of the woods. You got the 7 for love of ocean, mountains, plants, flowers, beauty, blue skies, just that lovely. Yeah, I think you'd also appreciate weather because you like Mother Nature. But I just want you to move to an area where you can take in that, I want to say water mostly. I wish all my clients that I counsel that have double 7, they get strength from, it could be a lake, could be a river. It doesn't have to be the ocean. However, if it was the ocean, that'd be great. So Patty, if you want to share where you're thinking you might move, that will help me. And don't also forget that location has vibration. So if you're going to move somewhere and it's not good for you, that's going to matter. You move to a place that's toxic to you and you will pay for it. It's a fact. No matter who you are, how enlightened you are, it's energy, it's vibration. So if you can move somewhere that's compatible to you, that would be great. Okay. Let me see if I feel like that. Does it switch them out? Yes, it does. All right, Anne-Marie O'Connor. She's out of Ireland, right? Yes, Ireland. That is somewhere I absolutely plan on going as Kathleen McCants. It's somewhere I should visit for sure. Okay, Irish Catholic to be exact. Hi, Glynis, what's in store for my career? Love from Ireland. All right, well, here's the deal. You asked what's in store for your career, but you didn't tell me your birth date. And I have to have a birth date to answer that question. I'd have to know what cycle you're in. As you can see, people always listen to me like, oh my gosh, you're just so psychic. Well, you're right. You are absolutely right. I am incredibly psychic, but my third eye opens through numerology. Like when I see a date of birth and energy, then I can move forward. The most I have on Anne-Marie is her name. I'm not going to break down each letter to get her 3 numbers that make up her name. I could tell Anne-Marie because she has the A as her first soul number, that you are very self-motivated. You are driven. So you don't want to be controlled in your work. If people leave you alone and respect your abilities, you give 150%. But I don't know what that is. And I'll look for your birth date. If I see it later, I may have more to say. Okay? I want to say something about COVID. I personally have not had my shot yet, but for that whole year of just wearing the mask, I didn't even have my allergies. I normally have my allergy attacks in March and April, always, but I didn't last year. Well, here I am back to it again. And I thought, isn't that funny? That for me, it just proved that even when I wore the mask just for protection, it also stopped me from getting this. But now I'm out and about more than I was. And I sure don't like it. If you guys, anybody who knows about allergies, if you have a suggestion, something that you use that you think is a good idea, go ahead and share it in comments and I'll be sure to post it because I know I'm not the only one who suffers when it comes to allergy attacks. Okay. All right, let's do this. So we have Natalie. Natalie, I know your name. I believe I do, which would imply that you follow my work. So to say to me, will I be moving to California this year? It doesn't work like that, right? I mean, that's just like asking, again, someone who, I'm going to talk to you about psychic one more time. Some people say they're psychic. We all are. Like every one of us can tap into truth. We have synchronization in the universe. You might think of your friend, the phone rings and it's your friend. That's that ability, but others are psychic and it's not sincere. They just say whatever. Well, I would never do that. So in answer to the question, the first thing I'd want to know is it a good year for you to move? So you are a one life path, right? She's born on a 3-day, one life path, and has a 7 attitude. That puts in a personal year of 3, which is good. Again, I like moving in the cycle of 3, so I have no issue with you doing that. And as for California, you're just going to have to be proactive if you want to live there. And then I hope you have Glynis Has Your Number, the book. And if you don't, get the ebook and look up location, because I broke down the numbers so that you could see what the area is, like that city and state. Is it compatible to you? Because that's the next step, Natalie. You could move to a little city, even in California, and it's a challenge to you, and you're not happy. The other thing that matters is home address. And I also cover that. You guys have heard me cover how you can alter energy to make it better for you. So this is about compatibility. So again, in answer to the question, could you move this year? Is it okay? Yes. Are you going to move to California? You're going to have to decide where in California before you make that decision. All right? Because I want you to be happy. Moving does not just make us happy. I promise you that. I have certain people in my life, and let me just confirm this with you. 7, 8, 9. It could be the 1. The 1, 5, 7 are movement numbers. They get restless. They want to get the heck out of where they are. But like I always think of the 5 as wearing a shirt that says anywhere but here, because they just are ready to go to the next place. All right. Thanks for that question. I am marveling at my nose right now. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Pauline, for suggesting that. All right. Give me a moment here. Oh, wait, someone says, no, Donna, I have a feeling Donna must have given some advice because she says chiropractor helps her allergies. Okay. Well, actually, I am definitely considering the other kind of doctor, acupuncturist. I have a feeling that would be great for me as well. Absolutely. So I'm going to look into that. Let me pop up here. Give me just a moment. Oh, yeah, here we go. So Pauline, she says, Well, personal years matter for couple. I don't know if you're asking me, Pauline, if it matters, but I'm going to treat it as a question. So you bet it does. If you're in a personal year cycle that's a challenge to your partner, it can be a real problem. I'll give you a great example for myself. Last year, I was in a personal year of 6, which is a very strong cycle. It's kind of like taking your power, being in charge. Well, my wonderful husband, Charlie, was in a personal year of 1. Well, that means getting in the driver's seat, being the boss, calling the shots. So here we were, 2 superpowers, and the pandemic hit. So we didn't have our regular space. We didn't have a regular life to just come and go. And yes, there were times we did clash, but I always made a note. I'm in a personal year of 6. He's in a personal year of 1. It's not surprising, but it matters. And I always think, if I didn't know all that I do and all that I've studied when it comes to the science of numbers, I don't even know what would I do in relationships, right? Like, I'd end up in fights I shouldn't be in. I'd be upset. I'd take things personally that weren't personal. That's the beauty of the numerology, is that you're learning skills to make your life easier, to make things nicer. Okay? So that is my answer. Sandra Bush is in Las Vegas. And Sandra, for the record, this is kind of funny. If Las Vegas breaks down a 5, and we're going to be in the month of May, which is a 5, and the world numbers are 5, maybe you should play a fun game, right? I might bet on something in that cycle if I lived in Vegas, knowing the energy was 5 by 5. Nothing stupid, don't spend a ton of money, but why not do a simple bet? As a matter of fact, I am going to tell you a great story that happened to me that I did through numerology. Years ago, I did stand-up comedy as well, and I would perform in Vegas. And so I was in Las Vegas, and I was in a casino, and this woman walked up to me, and she said, "Glynis, I need more quarters." And I looked at her. I go, "Do I know you?" And she's like, "Oh, sorry, you're not Glynis," and walked away. I go, "Excuse me, I am so Glynis. I am Glynis." "No, you're not Glynis. Glynis is my daughter." I said, "Yes, but I am Glynis." So then finally her daughter comes around. Sure enough, daughter's got blonde hair, red lipstick. And I'm like, this is too much. Well, I was standing in front of a slot machine, and it would be 777 would be the winning number. So I thought, there's no way I'm not going to play. Well, sure enough, I did. I played maybe 2 coins. I won $500. $500. I was in my 20s, and I was beside myself, maybe 29 at the most. But I thought it was just too magical. Like, you have to pay attention to the signs in life. That was a sign. How could a woman look at me and say, "Glynis, I need more, quarters"? And she's not talking to me. She's talking to her daughter, Glynis, I think she is. Anyway, it happened, and I won $500. So yes, I do think with the 555, if I lived in Vegas, I would play a slot machine. Why not? Love that. Okay, popping through here. Okay, I'm looking to see. I'll go to the top. What's this one? Let's just go ahead and grab Karen. Karen. "Hi, Glynis, 8/8/1958. What's in store for me in the near future?" Well, Karen, you break it down. You're born on an 8 day. You're a 4 life path. You're a 7 attitude. Okay, so when someone asks me about that, I'd have to know what that personal year cycle, personal year 3, hey class, I always call you class because you will always be students when I'm talking to you to teach you. But have you noticed I've had 3 people that have been in a personal year of 3 so far? That's something worth noticing. That's a pattern. All right. So you want to know what's in store in the near future. Well, the first thing I would say, let's just talk about your numerology, Karen. When you're born on an 8 day and you're a 4 life path, that tells me you're very strong-minded. You have great opinions about things. I literally call these a really outstanding lawyer, like a lawyer who's about justice. That would be a natural calling for you because you are so strong in what you believe. Then you have a 7 attitude, which is the mystery. You pull back, you observe the situation. Yeah, so sometimes you shut down, you don't want to talk, but you are also really direct. And I'm sure people can misinterpret your directness at times. And that's where it's coming from. So personally, year 3, what it does is it invites you to get in touch with your inner child and to have more fun. You know, what are you not doing? Like, did you shut down completely in 2020 and you really haven't reconnected? I say start doing stuff, especially exercise. Go to YouTube, pick music that makes you happy. I always suggest I grab like 30 minutes of music of songs that I love, songs that go back, some of the happiest times I can remember, and I play them in a row and I'm in the best mood. Meanwhile, I'm working out. I got my little Fitbit going, counting my steps. It's just a good idea. And I'd like you to do that. I don't know what's going on with your health. I do know this. With 4-8, they can internalize, you know, what we don't deal with mentally can attack us physically. So I wonder, how are you doing physically? And what would I be focused on in the cycle 3? Having fun inside my body, going places, going for walks, getting in a pool, taking a trip, you know, take a trip to a place that's safe, you know, a hotel that has that, 25 to 50% capacity, somewhere where you can just relax and enjoy yourself. The other thing I would suggest you do with that 7, work on the spiritual side of yourself, you know, really tap into let go and let God instead of being overwhelmed by your life, everything that's upsetting to you, release it. And you would be amazing with the affirmations because that could heal your mind. I do know that a 4 life path, when they believe something, they're just so strong. It's hard for them to give up their position. Okay? So that's what I see. Be in touch with that playful side of you this year. Celebrate, have fun. Do stuff you just haven't done in ages. Okay? There you go. Scooting on down. Hold on. Okay, so we got a response back. Actually, well, that must have been Raflo. Want to know what's funny, Raflo? I literally was clicking on somebody else's message, and yet yours happened. So you're right. It is a sunny day because here you are getting me, and I didn't even click on you. Wow, talk about magic. Okay, October 4th. Will I change careers in the next 5 years before retirement? I'm a 9, personal year cycle of 1. Okay, extra study. Okay, so what I would say, again, Raffalo, what are you considering doing that's different? You know, as a 9, you have that humanitarian instinct. You feel the need to leave footprints in the sand, try to make this world a better place. What efforts are you going to do to make that happen? So yes, of course, you don't have to stay in this career that you're in, especially if you're not using all your natural ability. And I will say with that 4 born on a 4 day, you should be learning all the stuff, just like watching me right now, but able to teach others, you know, how do you improve people's life with the knowledge you have? And also with your 9, have you learned to let go of the past? Have you learned to release it? Not let people hurt you, including family, maybe mom and dad, just let it all go so that you can be happy today. Because that's another big thing you're supposed to be doing. And what else? You have entered a personal year cycle of 1. You're right about that. And what's great, that means for the next 9 years, you're in a brand new cycle. So how about you take advantage of that? I'm just going to do this and have my sweet little Karen say, thank you, Glynis, because you're welcome. But yeah, Raffalo, that's what I suggest. You know, this is your time. That's what I would have hoped you guys picked up, but I know some of you just didn't. But if this last year didn't teach you anything, it should have taught you one thing. Today is all we have. Tomorrow is promised to no one. So you got to be proactive every single day on that goal you're trying to achieve. Because if you focus on it and do something, you can go to bed at night and go, yay, I got that done. Ooh, you know, if it's a book, I wrote that chapter, or it's your physical body. I did that workout. I ate right. I kept my diary, whatever it may be. That's what you want to do. Okay. And then if you fail, let's say the day sucked, maybe you did nothing. You just, you know, got stuck on the horrible, I shouldn't say horrible, but the horrible Lifetime channel. I say it's horrible because I remember years ago before I met my wonderful Charlie, but it was like 2 in the afternoon and I turn on one of those darn movies And I swear to God, I'd look back up, it was 10 o'clock at night, 2 p.m. to 10, and I'm watching a bunch of stupid movies. So yeah, make sure you're just making the most of today, doing something towards your goal, and don't be afraid to achieve your goal. If it's, those negative voices inside us, the reason I created all these beautiful affirmations for you was to counteract the negative voice inside us. It can be so loud. And speaking of that, today's energy is double 2, and that's inviting that your intuitive voice is stronger than usual, and you should trust it. So to avoid conflict, if someone's rude, don't join in. You don't have to. But also, if you've been intuitively picking up this idea you have and you haven't moved on it, today could be a good day to do something about it. Absolutely. Okay. Well, it's just such a big deal right there. Super cute. Andrea saying, somebody Scorpios. Well, funny you should say that, Andrea. Like, I have a Scorpio rising, by the way, but Scorpios consider that natural psychic, right? They tend to know truth. They feel it. Well, today's energy is double 2 energy, which would promote that. But of course, what I learned long ago, and the reason numerology is my passion, I could meet someone who was considered a Leo, and they were 2 days apart, and they were nothing alike. Like the traits of what a Leo should be, one of them was exactly that. The other one wasn't at all. Then when I started doing numerology blueprints, I'm like, oh, okay, that's why they're so different, because the numbers were nothing alike, even though they were born the same month. Okay? All right. We'll pop this up for Sweet Patty. She's just saying, thank you for the reminder to live. Yeah, we just lose sight of it. We do. We get pulled up into our life, whether it's paying bills or doing a job you don't really want to do, whatever it is that's taking your time from you, take your power back. Every day is precious. What I keep doing now, I will go outside and literally go, oh, thank you. Thank you for the blue sky. Thank you for these trees. Oh, thank you for that nice person who just smiled when they walked by. I am really obsessed with having gratitude for the simplest things because I know how much it matters. That resentment and anger will get you nowhere. I find it remarkable, and I learned this again. I had something happen in the 90s that was really bad. Like I had to get legal help on it, and it had to do with a person who was kind of nuts. But what I learned from that experience, it woke me up so that no matter what came my way later in life, I would be prepared. I would recognize it. So sometimes we're going through something really hard and we're like, why am I going through this? But you know what? It could just be to protect you for the future. Something that will not happen again. That's the key. It's one thing to be a victim of a circumstance once, but how do we prevent it from happening again? And the answer would be recognizing the signs, for starters. And if you're wondering, the person that I'm referring to, of course, they were toxic to me in numerology. So it wasn't like, oh, this person was a natural match and all was well. It wasn't like that. So yeah, the numbers give us that message as well. All right. And by the way, sometimes someone who's considered compatible, they're the shadow side, right? We got positive and negative, and if they're just going to the dark side of those energies, it's going to feel very toxic to you. So pay attention to that. Let me pop through here. Okay. Oh, here's someone sweet. I'll put her note up while I find somebody there. Isn't she cute? She's like, I do that with everything. That's so funny. You have to. You just have to. Even if you go shopping, oh, look at these oranges. Yay, these oranges are beautiful. Just simple stuff. Oh, this coffee. It's heaven. It tastes so good. Putting that out into the universe to say that, you know what, I am grateful for the simple stuff. Well, then that gives you opportunity to get those big breaks that you're going to be incredibly grateful for as well. It's when you resent it. You're like, why not me? Why is she succeeding and I'm not? How come he's making money and I'm not? No. As a matter of fact, keep this one in mind. That's another one I teach. When you see someone who has a life that you want, nice car, nice house, looks like a great relationship, all you do is say out loud, good for you, and that's for me. Good for you, and that's for me. Remember those words, write them down. Good for you, and that's for me. And what it means is They're on the same planet as you are. So why can't you have it? Of course you can. You saw it, so you can have it, but you must be happy for them. If you resent that they have it and you don't, it's not going to happen for you. So good for you, and that's for me. All right? I'm looking. I'll pop this up real quick. It's such big cap writing there, Cheryl. Let's see what you're saying. 7, 9, 1952. I'm just grabbing this, letting the group see. Can numerology help with timing of selling my house this summer? Sure. I'm thinking August, hopefully July. Okay, so month of 8 or month of 7. I want to get what I'm asking for. Okay. All right, so now we'll let that go. This is Cheryl. Cheryl, a lot to be said about that. Okay. You're not going to believe this, you guys. Are you ready? She's born 7/9. Break it down. 7 plus 9 is 16. 1 plus 6 is 7. Add it to the world number 5. 7 plus 5 is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. So here we are again. Cheryl is in a personal year 3, like all these other people today. Wild. So Cheryl, you're in a personal year of 3. So when's a good time for you to do it? Let's see. Right now you're in cycle 7. That would be no. Let's see. 8. 8, 7, 6. So you're a 6 life path. 6 is awesome when it comes to home. Like your home is extremely important to you. Where you're going to live would matter to you, right? It absolutely would. And let me pop this question back up again to say, selling my house this summer. What month would I sell it? Okay, she's a 6, personal year 3. She was hoping July or August. What would be better for her? 3, 7. Oh, that's good. Okay. They're both, no, I actually like August better. All right. That's my answer, because in the month of July, you're going to be in a personal month of 1, which of course is moving forward and trying to make things happen. But August will put you in a cycle of 2, and 2 is so compatible to your 6. So you're on the right track. Like these months that you're considering are fine. Summertime's great. And then when it comes to September the 9th, you're going to be in a personal month of 3, which is the ability to sell the ice cube to the Eskimo, meaning it just is going to happen. And so what would I be doing? I'd be doing affirmations. I know, as a matter of fact, Cheryl, I do have a special affirmation I created for selling a home, and you can get that from us. Just shoot an email. It's an audio file. It's minimal. I mean, I will have you contact Vanessa, who will help you, and we'll send it over, and then you just do it daily. And it's just about not only selling the house, but getting the house of your dreams that you want. I've had some really good success with that with clients. All right. But yeah, you're on the right track. Summertime, July, August is fine. September's good too. Thanks for your question. I'm checking to see. Let me hide that. Hold on. Not going to do that. Funny. All right, let me pop over here. Okay, this is, and it speaks to my heart because I'm so into animals. I just think they're the most healing thing, you know. So she's asking about the animal. I want to look real quick. She said the name. I would change the name is what I'm thinking automatically when she talks about the trust issues and stuff. I don't know what Sophie breaks down to yet, but I'm going to check and see. Hold on. Yeah, we got 2, 7, 9. Okay, issues with, so I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm going to go with the last name. It could be Ayama, but I'm going to go with Murray. All right. So Murray, I'm going to go like this. Shouldn't have done that. Sorry. Murray and this animal's energy. Right now, Sophie breaks down to 9, and 9 is issues with abandonment. So that's automatically going to cause some stress. I would absolutely alter the name of that animal. I would. And what else? Okay, I'm going to pop that back up again because I was looking. All right, so the birthday, we're sure it's 11/1/2000. 19. Let's confirm this. Oh, well, that's sweet. Okay, so you've got, with that, it's 6. 6 energy is to be in control. You know, it's a strong energy for an animal, but I would still change the name. I'd still make it easier. You said she has trust issues. How about she has issues of controlling? She likes to control things, right? She likes things to be her way. So what do? Alter it. You know, find a name. That's in my book, Naming Your Pet by the Numbers. You literally could just use the Pythagorean number system. And that's right here on my videos. If you go to my channel, click where you'll see the Pythagorean letter system, number letter, use it, and then just break down the name of the animal. But I would not, it could be, you could keep Sophie, but just change the spelling of the name. I'm going to do it right now, see if I get lucky. Hold on. 55167775. No, I don't like that. So yeah, consider altering the spelling of the name, break it down, go with the number 2 or the number 3, and that will calm down the energy and make this dog happier. Because with the 9, it could be issues with abandonment and just, you're not kidding about trust. I mean, it even has a 7 personality, which means, what are you looking at me for? You know, it's like, don't invade my space till I'm ready. Let's get rid of all of that and just make it an easier energy with a name. And each time you say a pet's name, when you change the spelling, it gets better. Like they start to pick up the energy. But otherwise, the birth numbers are a strong energy. That's what you have in that pet. And what about you? You're a 1. So you've got a lot of strength in you. It's almost like there's going to have to be a compromise between the two of you to keep that relationship healthy. Okay. But again, change the spelling of the name or change the name altogether. All right. Okay. We'll do something right here. Bonnie says, how can she get the most of her year? Like what year she's in? She's got a 2 attitude, which puts her in a cycle of 7, 8, 5. So let's see. I'll go ahead and click on it so you can see what I see. So she's born on a 9 day, 2, 3, 5. She's an 8 life path. 5, 6. Yep, 8 life path. And she's in a personal year of 7. All right, so Bonnie, here's my answer. You need to work on the spiritual side of your life. You know, maybe you're a hard worker with that 8. Maybe you've been focused on your job, and also you've helped other people. Family could be very important to you with that 9, and 2 means you're very sensitive. But 7 is a time to step back, get out of your regular environment and do it differently. You know, what can you do to improve your life? What can you do to feel better, like inside? How are you feeling? Oftentimes when you have an 8, it's not uncommon for the body to act out, because remember what I always say, what we don't deal with mentally can attack us physically. So check your physical health. I would focus on that. And then I would pick up wonderful books. Oh, I have so many great books. All right, here's one just because I love it. How's this? Positive thinking every day. How's that for a simple solution for you, Bonnie? Positive thinking every day. And it was written by Norman Vincent Peale. Now, he's very famous, but you might not know him. Norman Vincent, Vincent, Peale, Peale. Get that book and start reading from it daily, and then work on doing some affirmations. You already heard me talk about the kindness CD. Type love numbers in the promo code. You will get a discount for that. Work on all of that stuff that's inside you, because your inner voice is stronger than ever. Bonnie, you're going to get so much out of this year. I happen to be in a cycle of 7. It's my favorite cycle, because it means if you just surrender, good things happen. Don't overthink it. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't feel defensive. You don't have to defend yourself. As a matter of fact, if you have attractive relationships where you're constantly defending yourself, it's not a healthy relationship for you. And also remember, every action has a reaction. So if you act differently, you will get a new response. All right. That's it for now, guys. I love you. So what do I mean by that? Instead of the fake, I love you, here's what I love. I love the effort you make to be your best self. I love that about you. I love your effort to try to be a good mom, a good father, a good friend, a good owner of a company. I love you for that. I love your effort for trying to be successful. Write your book, be the teacher you're meant to be, sing, dance, whatever it may be. When I say I love you, that's what I mean. I love the highest good of what you are. So have a great rest of the day. And again, visit numberstudy.com if you want to learn your life path number. It's right there under numbers, attitude number, numbers that follow you around, all of that. Take a look and remember, kindness CD, type love numbers, get a discount. If you don't have Glynis as your number, take advantage of that amazing discount on Amazon. It's all at my Facebook page as well. But again, go to numberstudy.com and click and start following me. And I will see you again very soon. Thanks for listening and hanging with me.